everyone, welcome back to the channel, and we are in the van. Yes, we're doing maintenance and it's just really good to be just in the van doing maintenance. We're nowhere exciting, we're in the village, but we've come out and we're actually allowed to do this sort of thing now, aren't we? So it's great. We've actually come down to the garage that's got like a hoover, a jet spray wash, and to check the tyre pressure and all that. But we had a power cut. We put a euro in the hoover, it lasted 10 seconds and it went out. While we're waiting for the power to come back on, we're just getting on with the little jobs that we've been needing to get on with. We've already done a little jet hose wash, and Nick's been now, there's still some sticker residue,
Still residue from those horrible graphics we had on before.
Yeah, so we're kind of giving them a bit of a polish, if you like.
Look at that. This works so well, just a cheap bit of WD-40, and these just come off easily. We've struggled with these for ages before. This works a treat. Look at that.
And obviously such a satisfying job. We've got one here too. And so yeah, just doing that, and then another day we will be sorting out a bit of this rust. We have got some rust spots, so we're going to sort that out as well. I'm sure everyone does this. They vacuum as quickly as possible. It's not because we're cheap and we don't want to put another euro in, honestly. Here we go, moment of truth. Have I wired it up correctly?
Oh, look at that!
So now we've got two USBs down there, one 12-volt socket and a little on and off switch, which is really cool, and it's working. We had to change the cables to slightly bigger ones because we will be using our laptops through it, and it's quite a lot of power. And then it come with thin cables, so we put thicker cables. It's all working, it's all set up to the leisure battery. And I'm just that excited. The van's going to be better than ever when we get back on the road, just saying. So that is the van all hoovered and all cleaned out for probably about 24 hours. Because
literally until we go to the beach tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm sure once the dog's jumping in and out of the van and we do, it's going to be full of sand again, but that's van life, isn't it? And I've got loads of black and filth all over me. So this is just a little piece of cardboard that we had laid around the house. And we're using it to create a nice kind of little frame kind of thing for our sockets. Basically, the sockets don't really fit in properly, so they look like this. So they're kind of sticking out at an angle, looks a little bit ugly. And then so what we're doing with this is creating this. So yes, as you can see, they look so much better, and there's actually little holes around where we took the old stuff off, so we're just putting a piece of this back in and screwing through the holes, and it just looks so much neater. Well, I'm really happy with that, aren't you?
Totally.
So we're all done. Vinny's had his first kind of little bit of a maintenance session. We're all ready for the beach tomorrow, and we're just so excited. You know what? It never wears off, does it? It never wears off, the excitement of being in your van, traveling, you know, living the kind of van life. It's like you still wake up every morning excited to be in the van. Does that make sense? I mean, it must make sense if you guys are van people or your motorhomes or whatever. It just feels exciting all the time. Good morning. We are very, very excited because we're on our first family outing since the beginning of lockdown. Yes, we're all going out, leaving the village together. The doggies are in here. They're excited because they're going to the beach for the first time in a couple of months since we were in Portugal. We've got all of our paperwork, we've got all of our documents in case we get stopped, passports, proof of address, anything we could possibly need.
Charlie, you excited?
You excited?
Hey?
The boys are happy to be back in the van, aren't you? So yeah, let's go to the beach. Yes, so we are on our way to the coast. We've left the village. People are out doing more sort of touristy activities, not tourist, it's called touristy activities, you know what I mean. We're here at the weekend, we thought it'd be nice to see people out, enjoying a meal in the restaurants, because where we're going today, it's a little kind of village on the coast. but there is several bars and restaurants there. We'll see if they're open for business, and we'll see how many people are sort of out enjoying their Saturday lunchtime. Last time we left, we just went to like a sort of retail park, industrial estate, and it wasn't very nice. We didn't see any restaurants open there, so hopefully this will be a little bit of a different story and we'll have a nice day.
Feels good to be back in the van, all of us together for the first time in nearly 3 months now. Feels like we're going on an adventure, even though we're only going to the nearest coastline. But it is it's exciting, but we're a bit nervous because, you know, all the rules are so confusing. Like, you go to a place that's over 5,000 population, the time slots for the elderly still apply. So if you're over 70, you can go out between 10 and 12 and an hour in the evening. But if you're not in that age range, you can't be out. And the beach, we may not be allowed to sit on the beach. We can walk on the beach, run on the beach, but not sit. So it's a bit confusing, but one good thing is MOT, or the ITUV, for our van. This is a 30-day extension, and then for every week your appointment was after the start of the state of alarm, you get an extra 2 weeks. So we basically don't have to do ours till the 21st of October.
Yeah, basically we've got about 5 months extension on it. We're not sure if we have to register. We've tried to register online, but the website is just kind of down. So what's really weird is, obviously, as we've said before, we have to do our MOT equivalent every 6 months. So we're not sure how it's going to pan out, because we've got 5 months extra. So then we're just got. Then we're going to
have to do one, and then 3 weeks later do another one.
Yeah, that would be silly. So we just don't know. But anyways, we're just going to kind of suss out what people are doing today, as in, are people going to be laying on the beach sunbathing? Are there going to be people on the beach? And then we're just going to go with that kind of thing, as far as the rules are concerned. But as far as
we haven't seen
we're pretty sure that we're not breaking any rules today, and we've got everything with us what we need, aren't we?
Semi-sure, 20%.
We're here, there's a few cars in the car park, doesn't look too busy. The sea is really choppy, so I don't think we're going to be getting the supboards out, but what we are going to get out is 2 very excited little doggies.
Charlie!
Ready, boys? Ready?
Yeah!
Freedom!
Yes!
Stop before we do anything is getting these 2 dogs into the sand. Any swimming going on. It's quite cold, and like I said before, it's really choppy, so definitely unsuitable for the supboard, but it's pretty nice. Look at the colour. I think you could go in. I don't think it's too cold for Nick.
It's quite a nice little area. There's a little strip there with lots of restaurants. You got this beach, you got a nice sort of landscaped car park, and there's a lovely little bay a bit further around there.
There's a few bathers down here just sitting and enjoying it and bringing their picnics down already, which is quite, yeah, it's quite positive. The Chiringuito there behind us is being constructed, so that'll probably be opening in a couple of weeks when they're allowed, I suppose.
Yeah.
So it's all looking really positive down here so far, isn't it?
Dizzee chasing the kite surfers again, or the shadows from the kites, and anything that moves. Look at him, he's an absolute nutter.
So we've just picked up a bag of litter, and it's crazy because it's only a quiet beach, there's loads of bins all the way along, and still there's a whole bag of litter just in this area. Crazy.
But now that area's clear.
Now that area's clear, and it took us literally like a minute, 1 minute, less than a minute to pick up that much
there's a backdrop so you can pick up all the litter and put it in the bag.
Yeah. Need to wash my hands now in case we've got virus from the litter.
It's quite good actually. There are some silver linings to this virus, because normally on a Spanish beach you're sat somewhere, there's a massive open beach and the family will come and sit literally right next to you.
Everyone seems to sit right next to each other. So we were just saying this is really good, and we hope that it sticks.
Yeah, because now it's all spread out. There's people dotted around but spread out.
Because obviously for us with the dogs, well, let's say for us with Dizzee, he has got a tendency to bark at children or at pretty much anything actually. So we like to be not too close to the people.
Yeah.
So social distancing for us is actually a really good thing. How nice these red ones are too. Really pretty.
Ooh.
How nice was that? Our first day back on the beach in months.
So that's the boys all tired out for the rest of the day, plus another 2 probably.
Yeah, but the good thing is we can stay down here all day now. You know the new rules is there's no time restrictions as far as we know. So I probably wouldn't sleep in the van at the moment still, would we? I don't think we're allowed to do that, but we can literally stay here until, you know, dark basically.
And lucky for us, there's so many nice places we can go on a day trip that, you know, within an hour and a half's drive.
Well, we're allowed to stay in our province, aren't we, at the moment? So there's plenty of places we can go. So it's just, it feels like we've got it back. We've got freedom back. Not quite all the way, but it just makes such a big difference to be able to come out for the whole day, doesn't it? In the van.
Just be on the beach. You missed the beach. I can't believe
yeah.
it's been like 10 weeks since we've been down to the beach.
Yeah.
So nice. Feels freeing.
So the real reason that we came down here today was not because of the doggies, not because we love van life, not because of the beach, no. It was so Nick could finally have a go on his new toy that he got for his birthday.
Hopefully I won't kill myself, because it has been about 20 years.
Hello, did you have fun?
Yeah, survived.
Good to see you back in one piece. So the little babies are so tired, so mummy's hand feeding them so they don't have to get out of their comfortable positions.
Nice and cool in the van.
Oh, they like to be hand fed sometimes. There you go, babies. And yeah, so we've bought for our lunch today. We were going to maybe eat out, but we kind of thought, we'll suss out the situation. It is the weekend, so we think the restaurants might be quite busy, so we might just go for a drink there afterwards. So we did instead bring our own lunch. And obviously we don't have anything at all in the van at the moment, food-wise, so we have to sort of bring everything we need with us. And inside this bag is everything we need to make a delicious tofu scramble. And it looks really nice, smells delicious. And I bought the Ridge Monkey. So we've got some toast. Yes, so that's our lunch. And then after lunch, we'll probably take a little drive to see what bars and restaurants are open, and maybe have a little after lunch drinky poops if we feel safe.
Yeah, it's so nice to be back in Vinny. First meal in Vinny. Tempting to stay down here, but we feel like it's a bit too early, maybe a couple more weeks. But did get chatting to a couple in a motorhome. They're from like a large town about 20 minutes drive from here, and they're staying down here.
Yeah, they were a Spanish couple in a huge motorhome actually, and they think it's okay.
Yeah.
but I mean, we won't yet.
But we were expecting to get stopped by the police, and we actually saw someone from our village who's got a motorhome who goes across to Morocco. That's another story. But yeah, we saw him down here on his motorbike, and he got stopped by the police, and he had to prove where he'd come from the little village, because we're not far from Malaga province, and you're not allowed to cross the borders still. So luckily we didn't get stopped, but
well, we're legal. We've got everything we need. So look at this.
Who needs to go to a restaurant? Oh.
We've got a little tofu scramble. We've got some homemade plant-based parmesan. Look at that.
That looks so good.
And then we'll top it with a little bit of parsley. Oh, so we are so hungry. After being on the beach and all that longboarding, we're just totally starving. We'll probably just fall asleep afterwards like the dogs.
All that's missing is a nice cold beer on this beautiful, hot, sunny weekend in southern Spain. So as you can see, we came for that nice cold beer because we feel it's very important to support your local community, local businesses, and help the economy.
Cheers to normality. So we are making our way back to the village now. We've had a really, really nice day out, and it's actually been really, really positive, hasn't it?
Definitely, yeah. Things seem to be slowly getting back to normal.
Yeah. So after we went for our beer, I mean, this is how normal it was. We even went for a beer out, and it just kind of did feel fairly normal. I mean, the waiter had a mask on, but apart from that, it was just like going for a beer any other quiet day of the week.
We drove down the sort of main strip of the little village we're in, and there's like, I don't know, 10 or so bars there, and half of them were open and fairly busy. I mean, the tables are spaced out, but there had lots of people in them. Yeah, so sort of the busiest bar there was kind of full, and then there was a couple that was with a few customers, and then like Nick says, about 50% of them were just staying closed. So it was all right. We drove a little bit further on to another bay, and there you get kind of like a lot of van people stay overnight, and we were quite surprised to see probably about 20 vans there altogether. Mainly Spanish, a couple Brits. Yeah, all Spanish plates, 2 English plates we seen, and yeah, and they were definitely staying overnight because they had all of the things out, their laundry out. So it's all looking quite positive. Yeah, just as we're leaving, the Guardia Civil, the police went down there and didn't seem to be saying anything. Didn't seem to be saying anything, they just did a drive-by. So, I mean, from that we take it that people are staying in their vans. Well, they are at least staying in their vans there. So yeah, so all in all, quite a positive day, quite good. It does feel like we're getting back to normal, and we're kind of happy and excited for sort of the next month to come. For June. I mean, it's June from tomorrow, is it? So yeah, it's looking good. In a couple of weeks' time, we hope to be able to definitely get back on the road, I think. So it's all good. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you really soon in the next video. Quickly show you. Oh, we already have shown you that. So yeah. Sorry. Bye. What? Could you? Something's happened when I've opened the window. That's happened. I don't think you should put that in the meal today. What is it? It's getting my hands black, the thing for the window frame. Oh, typical Vinny. Where's it come from? No, are you sure that's right? No, look, it's coming from there. I don't know. This side, I think.